Good morning, FlossTube. Welcome to my channel. This is Michelle from the Day Before This Day, Day Before Michelle on YouTube and Instagram. Today is Friday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. And this is FlossTube number 3, take... I don't remember. So this is going to have to be a really short and sweet video. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. If you are new here, welcome. My channel is mainly about cross stitch. There will occasionally be some crafting, sewing, maybe a shop update, but mostly cross stitching. I have a doctor's appointment today. I have to leave in about 30 minutes, so fingers crossed I can get through this, and I apologize for how fast, but I want to get this video up. So yeah, shout outs, FlossTube shout outs, Michelle G from Bendy Stitchy, Christine from Stitch All the Things, Brenda and the Serial Starter, Java Girl Stitches, Jen Lee of Quirks and Stitches. Yeah, those are just the ones I'm pulling off the top of my head. So next video I will do better. Okay, finishes from January, or for so far this year, pretty much for January. So I've got pictures of a few of them because they have already been shipped out. And the first one is bleh. And this is from a Russian blog, and I will try to put the link down in the discussion box, but it won't be until after, like this afternoon. And I changed the colors on this. I turned him from a white sheep to a black sheep, and then finished him as a project bag. Next up was this one. This is Domes of Doom, and I don't remember which one of the three it is. And this is, I want to say it's the Trilogy, but I could be mistaken. And I will put the information for this as well. Third, actually I have this one, is ABC. And this was from Bent Creek. It's one of the zippy kits. And so I stitched this on and with the kit materials. This is larger than I was expecting. When I bought the kit, I thought it was going to be fob sized. So I'm going to restitch it on a smaller count with floss versus the pearl cotton, and then I'll have a pin cushion and matching fob. And then I have Cat and Snowman's clothing, and this was stitched on 30 count Murano in pewter, and or no, I'm sorry, this is not pewter, this is light blue. So I did make some changes. I changed the colors in the cardinal. I left off the alphabet frame, and I moved the branch up a little bit. It was a little too close to his head. And that little mouse kills me. I don't know how I'm going to finish it. I keep waffling between a flat fold and a pillow, so we'll see. And then my last finish so far this year is, this is Hearts to You by Threadwork Primitives, and this was I finished this for the TSC Love Spell Exchange, and that TSC is the Stitchers Coven. It's one of my favorite FlossTube groups. Now I'm taking part in Stitch from Stash, and so with these finishes in January, I ended the month $9.96 to the good. So I'm doing really good so far. I'm not going to show all the haul because, like I said, it's been too long and I don't have a lot of time. But I did buy some charts and a little bit of fabric that wasn't part of my monthly club. I did get, and like I said, some of this I bought in January, but I didn't receive until recently. So I did pick up these needle minders. These were from Michelle G. Bendy Stitchy D-Stash. Because, well, Alice. That's all you have to say, Alice. That was part of January's haul. And then I picked up a few other little things. What doesn't count against my haul for last month was my Fabric of the Month club. Because if you belong to a club, a monthly club, and you had signed up before the new year, it does not count against your stash budget. So I belong to the Mystic Fabrics Fabric of the Month Club, and this January's was Lima Bean. And I really wish that this was showing up. It's just showing up a much duskier green than it actually is. Let me see if I can get a better color representation. I'm not seeing. It really is the color of lima green and lima beans. It is, I would put it in like the 470-ish range in DMC. And I'm not sure about it because I ordered, or I'm in the fine linen category, which is 36 to 40 count. My preference is between the 28 to 36 count. So I'm not sure how I will do with the 40 count, but she doesn't have like a 32, 36. So I have a lot of 28 and 30 count. So I was hoping for some more 32 to 36. Misty, if you're watching this, you need a 32, 36 group. But I love it. I can't wait to stitch something on. I'm going to pick up a just a non-hand dyed 40 count from my LNS next time I go to test, because I don't want to stitch something on this and find out that I don't like it. That way I don't have to pull stitches out. The other thing I got this month, I was at Dollar Tree and I came across these spools of burlap ribbon. They're not the itchy burlap. They're actually pretty nice. And I was looking at them, and I don't know if you can see the holes, but those are totally stitchable. I don't know what count it counts as yet because I haven't counted the threads, but they're $1 each, and I figured I'd give them a try. Okay, I think that's all for haul. Like I said, short and sweet. Okay, whips. So I am working on, I'm taking part in Whip Go as well. And last month the numbers called was for for Dragonheart, for me anyhow, was for Dragonheart by Black Swan Designs and for Rose of Sharon by Mirabilia. Rose of Sharon got dekitted. I did not like the fabric that I was stitching it on, and I didn't have an idea of what I wanted to stitch it on, so I decided to set it aside. I had decided where I was going to swap with it, but I can't remember what it was. It's in my binder, which is downstairs. So this month, the numbers called for me were for In My Garden by Blackbird Designs, which I have not started working on yet, and I need to stitch for 10 hours on it or finish. And then also is Spooky Row by Bent Creek Designs, and I have it down as for a finish. So, which is really kind of funny because when I picked it up, all I had was 10 inches, or not 10 inches, 10 rows on the cauldron. That was all. So I picked it up over the weekend, and I missed a couple days this week of getting to work on it, just because life. And I'm making really good progress. I did change some colors. Most notably, I'm using a limited edition color and cotton for the cauldron, and when I get to it, the buzzard and like the faces on the pumpkins, I'm using Eggplant Weeks Dye Works eggplant for the letters and bamboo for the white. The white is not showing up very well at all. So I am probably going to backstitch in a gray to help it pop a little bit. Unfortunately, it just doesn't. And I'm stitching this on 16 count Aida that I coffee and tea dyed, baked, but then I ran it through the washing machine. And I like it when it's not been washed, but washing it, the staining and the dyeing still stays, and you still get the scorch marks. It just softens them, so it's a little more subtle. So I decided I wanted to do that with this one. Wow. 10 minutes. Oh, so plans for this week. Finish Spooky Row. Maybe start getting some of my time in on in my garden. And that's that. I can't think of anything else. So now that we've got through the stitching part, the important part, so some life updates. Last year, my son had moved to Texas, and he and his girlfriend came home over Christmas, and we're going to be grandparents. I'm so excited. This will be our first grandchild, and we know what his girlfriend's having, but she does not. So just in case Lauren watches, I'm not going to say, at least not on this video, and anything that I work on or anything to do with the baby, I will be putting at the end of the videos so that Lauren will have a chance to turn off the video and not watch. At least until after her baby shower, when she finds out the gender. Backdrop, you may or may not have noticed, is a change. So this was my youngest boy's room, and it is becoming a guest room / stitching room. So right now it's the blue. That was his room. And over time you'll start to see I'm going to get some painting done and everything, but it takes a low priority. So in the meantime, you get to look at boxes of things coming up to be put away. I've got some finishing stuff. I've got the charts. I don't know if you can see, I have started on the closet. So those bins right here, those are my whip bins. All my whips live in there. And then the photo boxes at this end are extra flosses. Now this cabinet here, the black cabinet here, whoops. My husband and boys went in and got that for me for Christmas, and I'm slowly bobbinating my flosses that were in the photo boxes and putting them in. My husband made dividers for them, for the drawers. So I'm slowly moving all of my floss into those. I'm up to like 368 or something like that. I'm doing 5 bobbins per color though, so it's going to take me a little while. I've just creeped into drawer number 5, so I'm excited. And then just the start of my charts and everything. Some vintage lamps. I plugged those in, but they need to be rewired. I just wasn't comfortable with them being safe. So that's what's happening in my background. You can see through. I think I got that right. Nope. I don't know if you've noticed, but also there is behind me. This is our loft library, and I need to go put books away. I've got, our house is in a steady flux of redecorating and remodeling. So yeah, lots of changes here. I am excited. I've got a little stitchy spot over here I can't take a picture of, but just one moment. No. Okay, I thought someone was coming. But So this is right at 15 minutes. I'm not going to do any editing. That's why I printed out pictures. And I do have, by the way, just because I don't want to get the backlash, I do have the original of this. This box here is a small drop in the bucket for my charts. Downstairs in my living room right now are 3 totes full of magazines and charts, which is where almost all of my originals that were purchased before the last, well, before 2018, all of them are in there. So you will see a mix of having the originals in my whip bags and not. And as I put them away, then I can pull things out. But for right now, I am not digging into those totes. I am sorry, but it's just not going to happen. Yeah. You know what? And I'm not even sorry. I'm not going to apologize. I've got enough of a mess. So we'll just leave it at that. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Shortest video ever. And, okay, maybe not the shortest ever, but you know what I mean. And so I hopefully will be back in a week. I would like to start doing a video a week, but we'll see how it goes. I do have, I am going to record a whip parade maybe this weekend. We'll see how things go. Lighting can be kind of iffy right now. My husband did pick me up a microphone, which helps with the sound, but we haven't figured out the best lighting option yet. So there's that. Now I'm just rambling. So I am going to be back in a week, hopefully, fingers crossed. And until then, happy stitching. Bye-bye.